In 2026, the average Canadian household is leaking more than $150 every single month, and almost nobody notices it happening. It is not a fire. It is not a market crash. It is a slow puncture in the bottom of your financial boat. You do not feel it on any given Tuesday. You only feel it in December when you look at 12 months of statements and quietly ask yourself where $1,800 went. Here is the part nobody tells you. Wealthy Canadians did not get wealthy by canceling joy. They still travel, they still eat well, they still watch television on a Friday night. What they stopped paying is something else entirely. They stopped paying the convenience tax. The convenience tax is the premium you hand over to avoid a tiny amount of friction. 10 minutes, one trip, one decision. And right now, roughly a dozen companies are billing you for that friction automatically in Canadian dollars, whether you use the service or not. These are the 5 that are no longer worth it. Item 1. Delivery memberships, the Skip and Uber Eats trap. Watch what actually happens when you order a $20 burger to your door. First, the delivery fee, then the service fee, which is a percentage of a bill that has already been marked up. Because restaurant menu prices on the app are frequently 5 to 15% higher than the same item in the store. Then the tip, and the app has quietly pre-selected 20% for you. That is the triple dip, fee and social pressure. Your $20 burger is now $34, and the membership you pay to make the first fee disappear? That membership is the hook, not the cure. It exists to make you order more often, because the psychology is simple. Once you have paid for the pass, skipping delivery feels like wasting money you already spent. Run the real math. 2 delivered burgers on a Saturday night cost roughly $68. $68 at no frills is a week of groceries for a couple. Chicken thighs, rice, oats, eggs, a bag of onions, frozen vegetables, and enough pasta to survive a Canadian February. You are not buying food. You are renting the right not to drive. Item 2. The streaming stack. The $70 siphon. Netflix, Disney+, Crave, Sportsnet Plus, maybe Prime, maybe Apple. Individually, each one looks harmless. $15 here, $20 there. Nobody ever cancels a subscription over $15. But stack 4 of them, and you are at roughly $70 a month. That is $840 a year for content you demonstrably do not have time to watch. The average Canadian adult watches under 2 hours of streaming a day, and almost all of it comes from one platform. You are paying full price for 4 buffets and eating at one. The fix is not deprivation. It is called subscription cycling. You subscribe to one service at a time. You watch what you actually want to watch. You cancel. You move to the next one next month. Same content, same year, roughly 1/4 of the cost, because you are paying for access when you use it, rather than paying rent on a library you never enter. Cycling 4 services down to 1 saves you around $630 a year, and you lose absolutely nothing except the illusion of infinite choice. Item 3. Boutique fitness versus the community reality. A boutique studio in the GTA or the Lower Mainland runs about $200 a month, $2,400 a year. For that, you get dim lighting, loud music, and a person with a headset counting for you. Now consider the alternative. A community center pass in most Canadian municipalities runs between $40 and $60 a month, and it includes the pool, the track, and the weight room. Or you spend $600 once on adjustable dumbbells, a bench, and a bar, and you own them forever. But here is the uniquely Canadian part, and it is the part the studios count on. The Canadian winter effect. You sign up in September, full of intention. Then January arrives. It is -22 with the wind chill. Your car is a block of ice, and the studio is a 25-minute drive away, so you do not go. And you do not cancel either, because canceling feels like admitting defeat, so you pay $200 a month for 3 months to feel bad about yourself. That is not a gym membership. That is a subscription to guilt. The equipment in your basement is open at 6 in the morning in a snowstorm. The studio is not. Item 4. Curated meal kits. The HelloFresh markup. Meal kits sell you a beautiful story. No waste, no planning, no decisions. What they actually sell you is a carrot with a 400% markup, because it arrived in a branded box with an ice pack. Do the arithmetic for a family of 4. A weekly meal kit, covering 3 dinners, lands somewhere around $140 a week. That is roughly $7,300 a year, and it does not cover breakfast, lunch, or the other 4 dinners. Now take that same family to Costco. A large chicken, a bag of potatoes, rice, frozen vegetables, ground beef, and pasta will feed those same 3 dinners for somewhere near $45. Call it 50 with seasoning you already own, same protein, same vegetables, roughly 1/3 of the cost. The difference, $90 a week, is not the food. It is the portioning, the plastic, and the recipe card. You are paying $90 a week for someone to measure your paprika into a tiny packet. Over a year, that packet of paprika costs you $4,680. Item 5. Premium credit card annual fees. This one hurts because it feels sophisticated. The premium travel card. $500 a year. Metal, heavy, satisfying when it hits the counter, and it promises you points. Here is the problem with points in 2026. They are a currency the issuer controls completely, and the issuer devalues them whenever it likes. Reward charts get quietly rewritten. Redemption levels drift upward. The flight that cost 60,000 points last year costs 85,000 this year, and nobody sends you a letter about it. Meanwhile, the fee is denominated in real Canadian dollars, and it never devalues. For the average Canadian spender, someone putting maybe $2,500 a month through the card, the math simply does not clear. You need lounge access, travel insurance, and the flights to line up perfectly just to break even. Most people break even on paper and lose in reality because they never use half the perks. A no-fee cashback card gives you 2% in dollars that nobody can devalue. It is less glamorous. It is also more money. Now hold up the mirror. Take that $150 a month of leaked subscriptions. Do not spend it. Redirect it into a low-cost global ETF inside your TFSA. At a 7% long-term average return, over 20 years, that $150 a month becomes more than $75,000. Tax-free. No CRA claim on the growth, no tax on the withdrawal, entirely yours. Sit with that number. $75,000 is not a rounding error. In many parts of Canada, that is a down payment. That is 4 years of a child's tuition. That is the difference between retiring at 65 and retiring at 70. You did not lose $150 a month. You traded $75,000 of your future for a slightly shorter walk to the fridge. So here is the manual override. Tonight, open your banking app and filter for recurring transactions. Every single one. Then ask one question about each. If this bill arrived today, for the first time, would I pay it? Not do I like it. Not might I use it. Would I actively choose it, right now, with my own hand? Anything that fails, you cancel. That is a digital audit, and it takes 11 minutes. Because here is the truth about wealth in this country. It is not built by earning more, and it is not built by suffering. It is built by being intentional with every single dollar, on purpose, with your eyes open. Your hydro bill you cannot argue with. Your groceries you cannot avoid. But a dozen Silicon Valley companies have quietly been granted permission to auto-renew your financial freedom away. And the only thing standing between you and $75,000 is a button that says cancel. Go press it. If you learned something from this video, make sure to like and hit subscribe. We'll see you in the next one.